coming off something like The Stand or something else a bit more dramatic, I guess, do you feel a bit of a sigh of relief to go into something like Boss
Oh
Baby
yeah.
2?
Yeah. No, I'm typically, when people ask me, why do I choose this project and then this project? It's like, whatever I just finished, I want to do something completely opposite. Right. So I always try to find a nice balance of doing things for myself and dramatic work and comedy and whatever, and then turning around and doing something for my kids that they can enjoy and I can enjoy with them. So Boss Baby 2 came along. It was like, I've seen more DreamWorks movies than any Scorsese movie in my life. I've seen more DreamWorks movies than any Spielberg movie. So I'm a huge fan. My kids grew up on them, and the opportunity came along to be in this. I just jumped at the chance. So it was great to just. It's such a great job. You go in and work with the best people that are just there laughing along with you, and it's just nonstop smiling. Whereas you do some other dramatic work and you just like feel so emotionally drained at the end of the day, you go home like, oh, I'm in a bad mood. Boss Baby, just like they had to stop and say, you have to go home now. Cause I would have stayed there all day. Just, oh, what about this? What about this? What about this? Oh, it'd be fun if we did this. And, it's just, you just get to get in this empty room and a microphone and create. It's just a blast.
You mentioned your kids before. Do they ever get embarrassed seeing you on screen doing things like, I mean, if I was a kid watching my dad sing Benny and the Jets in 27 Dresses, I'd be like, what a legend.
That was on. Yeah, I think you'd be surprised. I think the kids, if they, if you really have a good relationship with them, they're going to make fun of you more than they're going to celebrate you. I mean, I joke, my kids are very proud of what I do. But they're also the first ones to make fun of me. and I remember, when I was in X-Men and these, movies that everyone like loved, and my kids were kind of like, when they're really young, you forget that what they're seeing on screen is very real to them. So when they're young, they want you just to be dad. And my kids weren't comfortable seeing me on screen. They were just like, I don't like to see you different ways, even though I know you're acting. And it wasn't until they got older that they started going, oh, that's kind of cool that what my dad does, and but like I said before, I've always said this, they're proud of me, but they're also wonderfully underwhelmed with me. And I'd rather them be that than some sort of like fan out kids that are like, my dad's so great. I like it when they put me down. Dad, you really were a little over the top in that scene, weren't you? Really went for it, didn't you? You're supposed they're supposed to keep you grounded that way.
I imagine that as they get older, if any of them were to be on Twitter and searching your name, there'd be a lot of thirsty tweets out there, and I'm not sure if that would be ideal.
What does that mean, thirsty tweets?
The ones that everyone really loves you, James. Lots of fans out there.
Oh, okay. All right. That's probably the G-rated way of putting it.
Yes.
Right.
And I can't imagine, I heard that you almost got a role in Magic Mike. I can't imagine what would have happened had you done that.
Yes.
Probably a blessing.
Well, yeah, it was a tough one for me because I was offered the role and I decided not to do it because it felt like something that could have been cut out of the movie. Right. And I was too scared that they would just cut my couple of scenes and I would still be in the movie as a pretty much naked extra, right? Like I was like, that was my biggest fear. Like I'm going to be walking around in a Speedo and the two scenes that I have are going to be cut because the running time is too long. And all of a sudden it's like James Marsden was in that movie, but he never spoke. He just walked around on a G-string. Don't understand why. So of course that was my own insecurity. Channing was like, no, we're going to do more. We're going to like, we're going to improv some stuff. We're going to write some scenes, come up with stuff on the day. But I come from the school of, man, I need to see it on the page. And like, but I should have been like, man, what am I doing? It's Soderbergh. You can't go wrong with that.